Happy Friday. We are always interested in learning more about different ways we can support a healthy lifestyle. Bioresonance therapy is an alternative treatment method that claims to diagnose and treat various health conditions by measuring and manipulating the body's electromagnetic frequencies. Many people turn to bioresonance therapy as a non-invasive ways for pain management, stress management, and skincare. Therefore, it might be of benefit to some of you. This is why we are glad to chat on IG Live today with Modupe Aiyegbusi. Sorry. Modupe is a board-certified holistic wellness practitioner and a bioresonance therapy specialist. So during this live, we're going to discuss how bioresonance therapy works, what a session looks like, its potential role in dealing with the toxin overload, and much more. Here you are. Hello.
Hi. Hello. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
How are
You?
you?
Good. It's morning on my end.
Oh, good. It's about 7 p.m. here.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Did I say your name right?
Modupe, yes.
Modupe Aiyegbusi.
Aiyegbusi.
Busi. Okay.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
I was worried about I say it wrong, so I actually Googled it how to pronounce, and I think that still got me wrong.
Thank
Now you're correct.
you. You did a good job though.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. But tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a board certified holistic wellness practitioner.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Modupe Aiyegbusi, and I started off my later education in social work, and I'm a mental health specialist. And I think the day I graduated from school was the day I really became very sick. So I had to use my crutches, walking to get my diploma and everything. But after then, it just got worse and worse and worse, like with time. And from there, I was bedridden. I was in crutches. I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't walk anymore. My husband had to basically help me do things around the house, carry me, bathe me, and all of that. So during those periods of just being by myself, walking through my diagnosis, I was actually diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And during that period, I began to learn a whole lot about, the mind body connection. I started learning about how the emotions play a very big role in your physical symptoms. I started learning about, healing the body through natural mints and natural foods and, ditching pharmaceutical kind of. Yeah, so it was a very long journey, but it was worth every time everything. So fast forward after 3 years of being on my healing journey, I decided to enroll in Mind Body Spirit Release Academy. I learned about the mind body connection. I learned about the nervous system. I learned about, natural tools that were just available to help us heal naturally. Bioresonance was one of those. So that's my story. It went from social work to holistic health practitioner. And it makes sense because, you're dealing with mental health, but now you're dealing with a physical body. So it just made sense for me to make the connection together.
That's amazing. And I know there are actually more and more people are getting diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah,
And, it's not a condition that can just like heal with drugs because usually the drugs are very invasive. It's like steroids and that come with a lot of symptoms and side effects. So this
exactly.
makes if you have a better natural way of dealing with it, it's significantly better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But today we're talking about bioresonance therapy, which you're expert on. Like you're a big advocate. So how does like bioresonance therapy work? Like, could you explain some of the basic principles?
Okay. Um, so the very major basic principle of bioresonance, bio meaning biology, resonance means, resonate, right? Likes connects to like. So bioresonance has been around for a very long time, but just recently, more people are getting their hands on different devices and tools that they can use for them to, to educate themselves and help their bodies heal. The basic principle is that every organ, every tissue, everything that exists has an energetic field around it, and each resonates with like, or like will resonate with like. All right, so let's say a mosquito has a particular frequency. Malaria has a particular frequency. Typhoid, COVID, you name it, all of them, they all have their own frequencies. And the truth is, if you can measure something, then you can do something about it. Yeah. So bioresonance comes in where it measures the energetic signature of those particular things, whatsoever cell or membrane or organ in the body, even your emotions actually, and then it brings balance to it. So just like I explain it as if I were on radio and I didn't like the particular channel, what do I do? You tune out of the channel, right? Or if you're in your living room, you don't like what's playing, you click the button and it changes. Can you explain how you're in your car, the radio station is probably thousands of miles away, but yet you're able to tune out of it? That's what frequency and resonance is, it's you, what are you resonating, whether emotionally and physically, and then how can you improve it? So that's the basic principle of bioresonance.
That's so cool. But how does it work? Like and what does a session involve? If you say in your case you had rheumatoid arthritis, how did bioresonance actually helped you?
Well, so the way it works is now there are different bioresonance devices. I have one called an AO scanner, and it basically just uses a little bit of information from you. So your name, height, weight, and date of birth, email address, or phone number, whichever one applies to you. And then you put all that information in the scan. Now, what the scan is doing for it is going through your entire information field, your entire energetic field, and then it's looking for resonating frequencies. All right. Now, of course, they have a database of somebody, your height, your weight, and your age, date of birth, of a healthy, just like blood work, you have a healthy database, and then you have any other thing that resonates outside of that is either unhealthy. So that's basically what it is. It's we're scanning through the body, we're looking at every system in the body, endocrine system, digestive, circulatory, all the systems, all the cells in the body, your nervous system, your cranial nerves, all the, and then we're looking at every detail and seeing what is resonating in these areas. All right. So let me give you an example. There was a day I worked with someone, and she'd been having like dizzy spells, and she would just black out and fall down and then wake up and find out herself somewhere else. And um when I scanned her, there was a kind of parasite that was active in her head, in her brain. And I was like, I've never seen this before. So I looked up the parasite. It matched exactly all of the symptoms,
Oh,
she
wow.
was presenting. Yeah, the dizzy spell, the nausea, everything. So what did we do? We did a parasite cleanse. Now, before that, she had spent tons of money going from doctor to doctor, doing different tests. They didn't find anything. But the scan was able to pick it up because it noticed that this particular worm or parasite was resonating where in her cranial region. And then we did a parasite cleanse. She passed it out and she's better. She can actually drive for first time in 4 years. So yes. So that's the amazing effect of bioresonance. Like it goes beyond regular blood work. It shows you what is resonating in your body even before blood work picks it up. So it's kind of like a preventative, therapy, right? Not just curative, but also preventative. And for us, what we do is that you book a session virtually. It's done virtually, by the way.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
we work with people everywhere in the
Oh
world,
wow.
literally. Yeah. And you send a sample of your voice. Now I want to explain this because your voice is actually pretty much, I mean, you can't skew a lie detector test, right? So so even when you're pretending to be happy, your voice can tell us what's going on underneath.
Oh
All
wow.
right. So we use your voice, and scanning through your voice, it shows us what suppressed emotions, what overcompensated emotions, what pathogens are present in that person's energetic field and where. So, and then it also shows us what vitamins you're probably lacking, what foods you're sensitive to, what you should avoid, what colors you might more resonate with to like boost your emotions that day. So it gives us a very good comprehensive look about the person. And then we now come up with like a very detailed recommendation, and then they do what there is recommended and they feel better. So that's
Wow.
what a session looks like. With us, a session is about 45 minutes long, because we have quite a bit of
Yeah.
information to dig through and go through. Yeah.
But how many sessions are usually needed to for someone to see the results?
So first of all, I always recommend starting with 5 so that we have a baseline. And then throughout, we're working with you throughout the month so that we see, I mean, there are different things that are active. If you're a woman, certain hormones are more present certain time of month than other times. So we want to kind of pick you up throughout the month and see what's going on throughout the month. So we schedule like one session each week. Now, depending, everybody's different, to be honest, depending on if the person is coming with, let's say, a lot more chronic issues or a lot more mental health issues, then we know, okay, let's schedule more sessions. But usually once a week, for 5 weeks, and then we just every week you have homework. All right. So based on what the scan picks up, we can now say, okay, why don't you take out this certain foods? Why don't you add this certain supplements? Let's see how your body would resonate with that. And within that week, they're coming back with testimonials like, oh my goodness, I feel better, I sleep, whatever, So that's how we work with people.
That is so cool. And then when it comes to health, because you mentioned this could be really used as preventative, in what ways may bioresonance therapy be beneficial for toxin overload in the body?
Oh, beautiful question. So, first of all, it helps you identify what toxins are present. Like especially when we're working with children that are on the spectrum of children with special needs or a chronic health issue, rheumatoid arthritis, whatever. You want to look at what is the underlying, what is aggravating the body, what is making the body get to a state of imbalance. All right. So regardless of what it is, it shows us what toxins are present, whether it's mold, candida, heavy metals, what type of heavy metals, where the heavy metals are in the body, and what damage they're doing. And then it gives us like recommendations. So basically, what supplements would help reduce that? If it's food, like, do you need a lot more artichoke? Do you need a lot more kale? Do you need a lot more spinach or omega-3 fatty acids? How can you get that? So it's very unique to the individual, very unique to, and that's why I love it. It's not a one size fits all. Because for me, I remember when my functional doctor was like, oh, we're going to place you on a lot of spinach. You eat a pound of spinach a day, you know, and I would try that and I would break out in a flare up. My knees would be twice the size. Yeah. But then I'm like, why did anybody tell me that I could scan myself and find out if my body could tolerate spinach? So it's very it helps you identify what the toxins are, how to also get rid of the toxins in a very specific way. And then also where they are lodging. Are they in your liver? Are they in your kidney? Are they in your cerebral, area? Where? Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You mentioned, so we know that bioresonance could really help with rheumatoid arthritis. You mentioned that like ADHD. Like, what are like some other conditions that may benefit from bioresonance therapy sessions?
So everything from mental health issues, I'm talking about sleep disorders, ADHD, even psychosis, everything basically. Why? Because there's a root cause. We're not looking at the diagnosis, we're looking at the root cause. All right. When you ignore, not ignore, but when you put away the name of the diagnosis, you can easily understand what else is going on in the body, like what the root cause is. When you deal with the root cause, regardless of what the diagnosis is, it begins to reverse. All right. So, personally, I've worked with children with autism. One of them was nonverbal, and within 5 weeks, he started talking in sentences. Yes. I've worked with several of them. They have different stories and different, I've worked with people with sleep disorders, and within 5 minutes of being into their session, they're falling fast asleep. Yeah. Yeah. I've worked with people with rheumatoid arthritis, well, like myself and other people, people with hypertension and high blood pressure, So again, forget about the diagnosis. We just focus on the root cause, what's going on within the body, and how can we support the body be optimized and heal naturally.
I feel like, these are people coming to you, they already are people are already sick. They already have a condition. I feel like everyone should be using this, before they even get sick, right? Like that would be no, that would be even better. So
Yeah.
are there any other potential benefits of bioresonance therapy that we should know about?
Absolutely. So, whether you know, all right, this is a strange one now, but we've worked with people like, taking exams or having tests or interviews. And I mean, think about it. Your nervous system and your mind body are so well connected. So before their interview, they reach out to us and are like, "Hey, I'm having an interview now. Please run some frequencies for me to calm down and connect with my, intuition." So we run frequencies, and they're so calm and collected and so focused. Like the nervousness dies down. Yeah. So it works with almost, I mean, everything is energy if you think about it. So if everything is energy, then you can pick up the energy of anything and resonate or help bring it back to a place of balance or homeostasis. There's another funny one. We have a support group, an abundance support group, and sometimes we run frequencies for abundance. And people just come with different stories like, oh my goodness, someone had been owing me some money and she paid up. I don't know how that works. Don't ask me, but it does work. So bioresonance is pretty amazing. I mean, in so many ways, you can use it for so many things.
That's so cool. Are there any, I mean, we talk about a lot of the benefits. Are there any side effects that we should be aware of?
I would say that when you're starting at first, you want to go slow because if you're using a device that probably would optimize your body, there might be some detox symptoms, just Hexheimer reaction or things like that. So if you're not detoxifying properly, you might have like a headache or nausea, but then after 1 or 2 or 3 days, it's gone. So it's very gentle on the body. It meets the body where the body is, and then just gently moves the body cells, to where it should be.
Wow. Wow. So I feel like when people first started, they probably need some guidance. So how do they get in touch with you if they how do they book a session and to get started?
Yeah, so you can send us a DM right here, or we would send our email, mazeholistic.health@gmail.com. All right. So that's mazeholistic@gmail.com. And if you're interested in a session, you can reach out to us. Just say bioresonance or session, and we'll reach out to you with the details. Yeah, if there's anybody interested, let us know, and we would give you a nice discount for being part of this discussion.
This is so cool. Do you have anything else you'd like to share? We're gonna have to bring you back on talk about specific conditions. I think this is fascinating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm encouraging, basically what I would like to say is anybody who is interested in improving their health, or just understanding how your body works. You don't have to be a doctor, or you could learn about your body. It's a very educative tool or informative tool. So if you're curious about how does my body work, what emotions are probably, keeping me stuck, in at work or anywhere, just, so you know where you're resonating at, what suppressed emotions or overcompensated emotions are present right there and then, and how to support yourself. All right. So this is something that I think at least every household should have. And then educate yourself, empower yourself, know what to do, have a tool that can actually help you in so many other ways.
It just feels like there's not also almost there's no downside. Even if it doesn't, help you completely cure your disease, it can really help to optimize your health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially your emotions. That is a big one. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Modupe, for like introducing us this like fascinating topic. It's so fascinating. I'm just in awe now. Like I really want to try it. Have not tried it.
No problem. I'll give you a session. Let's do it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're gonna have to
So
invite
much
you
for
back on to
that.
talk more about it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.